Good morning. It is morning, May the 26th. And here we are in Hampstead. It is 64 degrees. It's weird. It was very fog. The fog seems to be lifting. So it's okay. It's going to be a bright day today, but it's going to be a nice degrees. I've got one delivery to make, and then today I am going to Weavers. Hey, Thomas, I see you on there. Let me turn on my text-to-speech lady. Good morning. Is it getting cooler over there in Belgium? I was going to check that this morning. Let's see.
Connected to YouTube live stream aux9 Prinaramu. Connected to YouTube live stream aux9 Prinaramu.
All right. That sounds good. That's connected. We're all set. Here we go. We're going to leave the lights on for now. Seatbelts are on. Let's get out there, pursue some happiness this morning. We've got, I think, 110 donuts. I've only got the one delivery today, but then after we make
Thomas
that...
Vermeeren says Belgium hot until tomorrow, guys.
Tomorrow's the day? All right. Oh, wait. Just gotta go. Let's go. Got a little fogging up out there on the windshield. So once we get moving, we should get that under control. Yeah, I think we're going to have, it's going to be cloudy, but I think it'll be bright. And 70s today, maybe, I think. That's where we're headed. All right, so after my delivery today, I've only got, I think I'm going to stop and get gas today. And I also have to go up to Weavers of Wellsville in Pennsylvania, where I'm picking up some flour, a couple other things. I'm picking up some supplies because I think they normally deliver on Thursdays. Okay, so we get a weekly delivery from Weavers. But I frequently, lately, I go up there on Tuesdays to pick up some. Oh, the cows are all moving out.
Thomas Vermeeren says don't forget to subscribe, guys, and at the day after tomorrow, the 10th. Lower.
Oh, that'll be good. That'll be good. Our temps are going up a little bit, which is what we needed, and yours are coming down. So that's all good. A lot of cow action this morning. So at Weavers, I have to pick up some supplies and then come back. So Weavers is about an hour and 20 minutes from What a Day. If I have to stop and get gas, that's another 10 or 15 minutes. So it'll probably, from whatever time I leave What a Day, it's where I'm going to drop off our delivery today. It takes me about an hour and a half to get to Weavers. I'll pick up the supplies and then bring them back, and that's about another hour. So I've got a few hours today I'll be driving around. But it should be a good day. At least it's not raining today. Cows are all moving around, man. Cows are very active so far this morning. I slept yesterday. I worked. I was in the bakery until 2. So I had a long day in the bakery, and then I got home, hung out. Oh, Thomas, I was going to tell you. So I saw some parades on YouTube yesterday. So there definitely was a lot of stuff to watch. And one of them I watched, you've probably seen him in the chat. There's a guy up in New York. He's on here. His name's Holla, Holla, and then numbers. I don't remember what his numbers are. But he might be on here later today. But he was He was live streaming a parade in, I think, in Long Island, New York. And that was pretty cool. He had a good, sun was coming out. He walked around the neighborhood up there a little bit.
Thomas Vermeeren says nice spring view. And Adam, what's your plan for today too? I just at 1 p.m. UTC for 2 hours of walking and recycle the trash, nothing more.
That's it? Well, that's a lot. It's a 2 hour walk again? My window is like steaming up on the outside. It's not on the inside, it's on the outside. I think because I have it kind of cooler inside the van. That's not going to help me.
Thomas Vermeeren says I saw the official parade at the official Veteranian YT channel, that one at Mawak yesterday.
Oh yeah, I saw that too, yesterday afternoon. That was a nice parade.
Vermeeren says Metropole Antwerp is ideal for walking.
Do you have one particular route that you take, or do you switch it up? Like, do you usually walk the same route, or do you switch it up?
Thomas Vermeeren says Craig indeed. Nice parade, no much chatters today. Yesterday was a late night for them. Hee hee hee.
Yeah, that's true. Probably was. Well, plus today they're back on the... People should be getting back to work today, some of them. This is probably a pretty popular vacation week. Like, it's the first week of summer. I mean, it's not officially the first week of summer, but people that's the way we look at it. So it's a pretty popular week for people to take a vacation, go to the beach. See, it's been like the fog is still hanging around in some locations. It's pretty cool looking. When I was riding up to the bakery this morning from home, there were some areas where the fog was really, really thick, and then there were other areas where it was completely clear. So it almost you felt like you were in this little enclosed capsule because there was fog all around, but it was very clear where we were. There were a couple of spots like that. Oh, I looked at those. I looked at some of those videos of your playlist about the donuts. And now I realize it looks like most of them.
Thomas Vermeeren says only I am chatting at 10 a.m. UTC and July 4th. Independence Day gonna be also great this year, I think. Indeed, nice fog. Nice spring day at Westminster, USA, not UK. Hi.
Yeah. But I looked at some of those chicken donuts, and I realize now most of those recipes, or the ones I was looking at, were made with ground chicken, like so you can form it into a donut shape. I might have to try and make some of them. They didn't look too hard to make. It's almost like making a hamburger, but just cutting the center out. That's what basically, and breading the meat. Oh, that was kind of rude. Car pulled right out in front of me, basically. I didn't realize yesterday until I got home that yesterday when I started my live stream, I must have skipped the step where I opened up my scheduled stream. So I just started a stream. So I started my stream yesterday at normal time, and I was going to. Everything was perfectly normal, but it wasn't the stream that I scheduled. So it didn't have like a description, a thumbnail, like all the stuff that you usually have set up. And so when I got home, I realized that it was, I forgot to start it up in the scheduled stream, and but I always get more views. That's the silly thing. I get more views on my live streams when I don't have a thumbnail. When it's just it's so weird. Like all the stuff that you read, people will say you got to focus on your thumbnail, and you got to have this great, description and all this other stuff. But I get more views when I don't have a thumbnail or a description. It's so weird. I think maybe people are like, oh, I wonder what this is. Like they have no idea what it's going to be. It just says Craig Baffert Live. It doesn't say anything. So they're probably curious, like, oh, what am I going to see? I think that might be what happens.
Thomas Vermeeren says, Craig, are you and I the only one today in? Yes, to figure it out, ya problem. This road feels like province of Flemish Brabant somewhere to me.
Is that like the countryside? Yeah, I think we've got a few people in. From what I can see, normally, a lot of people like to watch. And so I've noticed that, even there are live streams that have like a couple hundred people watching, but it's usually like a small percentage, a very small percentage of the people actually chat. And I think that's for a few reasons.
Donna says my previous text disappeared.
Your previous text is today? Did you have a text earlier? Good morning, by the way.
Thomas. Vermeeren says Craig, nice sunrise today and come to the chat. Guys, Craig missing ya, hee hee hee. Donna says yes.
Yes, today?
Tom. Vermeeren says hi Donna, let's go here 8.
Here 8. Great. I wonder why. So you had a chat this morning. You had something
Donna
this
says
morning?
good morning day all.
I don't know. I don't know why sometimes your chat doesn't show up. But good morning. You made it in.
Thomas. Vermeeren says here, sorry.
Here, sorry.
Thomas. Vermeeren says hi Donna.
Oh, here with an exclamation. Ah, I see what the 8 was. Do I have? I do. Let's see what she said. Just realized Tony said Fruity Pebbles. Weaver's order.
Donna says got out and then back in.
That's weird. That is really weird. But I wouldn't put it past YouTube. YouTube, sometimes some weird stuff happens in YouTube. It's unexplainable. Are you going to have a dry day today up there? All right, what am I getting? I'm picking up some stuff today at Weaver's, by the way. So I have an extra long trip today. I'm getting... So I'm getting the boxes of supplies I'm getting, but I'm also getting a 50-pound bag of cake mix. Oh, goodness.
Anna says yes, dry weather today.
I don't know if I've been working out enough recently to be lifting up a 50-pound bag.
Vermeeren says 5 guys on the road, only a few at Bell, 1 at Metropole Antwerp 2, not much at Bell.
So Donna, did you have a good Memorial Day? Did you enjoy the afternoon? Weaver order. I just realized there were no Fruity Pebbles ordered. Oops. No, I think there were Fruity Pebbles.
Thomas. Vermeeren says hi Donna, what are ya plans for today? Donna says it was okay, how about you?
I feel like they were Fruity Pebbles. So here's today's question is, were there Fruity Pebbles donuts on yesterday's delivery to what a day?
Thomas. Vermeeren says the fog is so off. Donna says today going to library to get more donated books. How about you?
Ah, very good. I'm going to be productive today. I don't feel like the last few days, it's been raining, so I haven't been outside doing anything. I might try to do something outside, but I'm going to be productive after work today. The last few days I've been in the bakery until like 1 or 2 o'clock. Like yesterday I didn't leave the bakery until 2 o'clock. So by the time I got home and I fed AJ, I wasn't getting into anything major. I watched a couple parades. I watched Hala. Hala had a live stream from New York. And then I watched the parade that was in Washington. And then I laid down, and I don't remember. I think that was it. I think I pretty much just went to bed at like by 6 o'clock yesterday. So I had plenty of sleep.
Vermeeren says hiya. Chicken donuts too with that books. Hee hee hee. At Donna says how long did you work at Bake? At Donna says you answered my question.
Yes, I did. But today I have to pick up some stuff at Weaver's. So let's see, we're probably going to get, let's say we're at what a day, 6:45, by 8:15. So we'll probably get to Weaver's by 8:15 or 8:30. Pick up some supplies and then head back to the bakery. That'll be another hour. So I'm probably going to be on the road until about 9:30. Between 9:30 and 10 o'clock today, I would say. Got to get gas too. And then, so if that's the case, I'll get home. I should be home by 11. I think it's safe to say I'll be home by 11. So I gotta get some stuff done. I've got to check my bills, make sure everything's paid up. Gonna run through that stuff. And what else? I don't know. By the end of today, I want to feel like I had a really productive day. I haven't had that feeling for 3 or 4 days. And I was going to play around with the live stream today. I was going to switch. Yesterday, I said I was going to switch the phones. I didn't do that because I found out I've got this trip to Weaver's. And I think the phone that I use for the camera has a bigger battery in it.
Thomas Vermeeren says the way feel like vacation, thing.
Yeah, you're on vacation. You feel like you're on vacation. I kind of felt like I had the vacation weekend, even though I didn't really push myself too much. And it was raining, so I couldn't cut the grass or anything like that. Donna, do you have people helping you when you do the library stuff, when you pick up the books and stuff? Do you have anybody helping you do that?
Thomas Vermeeren says epic slow TV. At Donna says Craig, how did you come to?
Oh, she already said it. It's funny. I heard that I come to
Anna says so no I don't have help with people who offer.
Yeah, well, that's nice.
Anna says I like to do it my way.
Yeah, I can relate to that. Sometimes it becomes more work when you got to coordinate what other people are doing. I think we have driven into some fog.
Thomas says people mean well, but tell me how I should do it. At Thomas.Vermeeren says the fog makes it mystery. Wow.
Yeah. It is kind of cool. It's kind of cool looking. This is what it was when I was driving up to the bakery. It was kind of like this, maybe a little bit thicker. And then it was so weird because all of the fog would be gone. You could see it further up, but it, like almost now, like we're not really driving in a foggy area right now, but the fog is up there. It's like right above us.
Thomas says, Craig, how did you come to work here?
At the bakery. So I retired. I stopped working my full-time career in 20. I'm trying to think exactly when. It was like springtime 2024. And then last year, and so then I had a gap, and then last year I started, you know, I turned 62 last year. So I started Social Security, and I was kind of like retired, but I don't like to just do nothing. Like it was driving me crazy. I like to have a routine. I like to have a reason to get up in the morning. That sounds like really weird, but I like to have something I have to do. So Jennifer and Bob are my sister-in-law, Janet's sister, right? So Janet, who comes on.
Thomas.Vermeeren says, yeah, great. Do you live here or only working here in this era?
Well, I do kind of live nearby in the area. Like I've lived here all my life, actually. But so Janet was my sister-in-law. Jennifer is Janet's sister. So sort of like through family, I knew Jennifer and Bob. And last year they said, hey, we've got, you know, it's getting crazy. We're getting really busy. Would you want to drive? You know, we want to make deliveries for us in the morning every now and then. I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. Because I love driving. So, and I like the mornings. Like I'm definitely a morning person. So it kind of fit perfectly. And then I started hanging out. Then I was a couple of days a week. I'd stick around afterwards and do the dishes. Basically, I mean, when I say I'm in the bakery working, I'm not like baking. I'm like, you know, kind of support person. So I do dishes a lot and stuff like that. But it's fun. It's a lot of fun because there's a lot of young people that work there. And that's fun. I mean, it's a little crazy, but it's fun. So that's how I got started. And then it's sort of like, so I got a regular routine going where I was just doing the driving every morning, which is what I do now.
Thomas.Vermeeren says, yeah, I live also nearby Metropole Antwerp, and walking much at Metropole Antwerp, where I was born at May 90.
May 90. You're a youngster. You are. But yeah, so that's how I got involved in it. And it seems like recently, I mean, the holidays are always busy. It's incredible how busy it's a little bakery. I mean, you've seen it. It's not that big, physically. And but they're incredibly busy. This is their 10th year. In August, they will have their 10-year anniversary. So that's pretty cool. But it's the perfect.
Thomas Vermeeren says no, so young, not so old. Indeed.
Upper 30s, right? Mid 30s. That's young. That's young. Oh, wow. Tray is already here. Look at that. They've already rolled the tray out. What the? What? Maybe they're watching. I don't think they're watching the stream. All right.
Thomas Vermeeren says at Metropole Antwerp at Toekomslaan a huge Lorraine bakery. At Thomas Vermeeren says it's a bakery factory there.
All right, I'm gonna grab. We're just gonna go straight out. They're already there. Is it 6:30? What time is it? Forgot to look at the clock. All right, let's put you right here. Whoops. Helps if I turn the camera around. That's good. Oh, I've also got a special little order of cake pops. We have nothing left from yesterday. That's pretty good. I mean, I guess it's good. Hopefully they didn't run out too early. They got a lot. They had 130 donuts yesterday. 132 to be exact. But there is a question. There's a question about how many Fruity Pebbles donuts we delivered yesterday. See those right there? Notice there are 6 of them on this tray. But there's a question about whether there was an order for Fruity Pebbles donuts yesterday. So I got to go back and look at our live stream from yesterday and see. Look at that. Yeah, babe.
Muted Bell and Hannah, what do you like from the bakery? I love double breads.
Double breads? What's a double bread? There's our 2, the infamous 2 coconut mini Danishes. 4 cronuts. They did everything in 4s today. 4 cronuts, 4 cinnamon buns, and 4 large Danish. All spread out there. What time is it? 6:36. And then here are the cake pops for Jessica. I don't remember. All right, here we go. Here we go. Good morning. Would you see me coming? Crossing the street. He's on his way. You sold everything yesterday.
Not here, but apparently it must be busy.
Must have been, because we had a pretty big delivery yesterday.
Have a good one.
All right, you too. 32.
Oh, we're in for a check or something.
Yeah, let me grab that.
It doesn't seem like there's one here. Oh, wait, I'm
Yeah. It's the other thing on here, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, next. Oops, sorry. I think I was just hitting the mic. All right, I got the trays. I got the check. Yeah, see, she saw me from across the street. All right, let me put these trays. I'm gonna put the trays inside that little cabinet we have back here. Because
Thomas Ramirez says a double bread is two little breads white dark put together on each other to one big bread on each other. You find it at Smout's Bakeries at Metropolitan Narrative.
sounds pretty good. Is there anything between them? What's holding them together? I'm gonna wash my hands. I'll be right back. All right, here we go. Okay. Here we go. She stopped reading your texts? Did she really?
Thomas Ramirez says, hey viewers, also welcome to the chat guys. Hi y'all.
Sounds like she's reading. I just realized there were no Fruity Pebbles ordered. There's a question about Fruity Pebbles. That's funny. So when I get home today, I have to look I'm gonna look at tomorrow. I'm not gonna look at tomorrow. I'm gonna look at tomorrow's live stream today. That's how tricky I am. Now I have to look at yesterday's live stream and see if I delivered any Fruity Pebbles donuts yesterday. Okay, here we go. We're gonna stop at BJ's and get some gas, and then we're gonna head to Weavers of Wellsville, pick up some stuff. We got people from Virginia. We got a lot of out-of-state tags in the parking lot today. That was weird. Unusual. Donna, did she read the message? When I sat down, I saw you had put a message in there that says she's not
Anna
reading my
says,
text.
Thomas, can you see my text?
Well, I heard that. I heard that one. Well, now keep this in mind. Think about this, Donna. What might have happened is if I'm not in the van and I can't hear your text because the speaker's in the van. If I can't hear the speaker, then you won't hear it either because the mic is on me. Right? So maybe that's what happened. If you type something, she may have read it, but we might not have heard her because I was in the restaurant when you went out. That might be what happened.
Anna says, okay, I get it.
Yeah. There are streamers that have the mic in the car. Like John's like that. John doesn't actually wear the mic. He's got it in the car. If I did that, you would always hear her, but you wouldn't always hear me.
Dr. Mirren says, Donna, off couch icon. Craig, what are the things you like in live? I like walking outside and Gemini Copilot, and going to Metropole Antwerp once a MOTNTH. At Donna says I don't have any issues with others.
I don't know, that's weird. What do I like to do? Like outside stuff? I like yard work stuff. I do like to go. I like walking. I haven't been on my bike for a long time, but I enjoy riding my bike. But I haven't been on my bike I don't think I rode my bike at all last year or the year before. It's kind of crazy because I really do enjoy it. We have a path we have a nice bike trail that goes around the airport. There's an airport between Baltimore and Washington. It's called BWI, Baltimore Washington International Airport. And I want to go down there to do a little filming too, because they have a parking lot at the end of the runways. You can kind of hang out. People go down there and have lunch. Planes fly right over this parking lot. That's kind of cool. I like that spot. And it's right. Like you can park there and
Anna says I
ride
need
the
to
trail.
find some form of exercise I like. At times, Dr. Mirren says Don, good for you, no problem. This is nice. You like to don't like me. I like Pam and Craig. Nice. Hear what you like. Nice thing.
I want to get my dog AJ. I want to get him in a routine where we go for a walk. I used to walk my dogs every day around the neighborhood. And I really don't, I would do it just for their exercise and for mine. But I have a fenced in backyard, so I really don't have to do that. They can run around in the
Anna
yard.
says I behave myself when I am here.
You behave yourself. You behave yourself when you're here. I try to behave myself when I'm here. It doesn't always work. But I would like to get my dog in a routine where we go for a walk every day. Now, I know once I do that, there's no turning back because AJ is very persistent. I mean, he likes, once he gets a thing going, like he knows how to get the ball. If he wants me to throw the ball in the backyard, he knows exactly what he has to do to make that happen. He knows when it's time to eat.
Anna says right, he will expect it.
Yeah. And he's pretty good about time. So, like, let's say I start taking him for a walk every day at 4 o'clock. He will know when it's 4 o'clock.
Thomas. Mirren says I walk very chillax and see around, and when I am alone I see the people, and so I know what is going on at fashion. I like sneakers fashion, but not too.
Oh, I love watching people. That's one of my favorite things. I can sit somewhere and watch people. I have stories in my head about what to do, where they came from. I used to work at Ocean City, Maryland. I worked at the beach, and I was on the boardwalk all the time. That was the greatest place to just watch people. It's so interesting. Or even back in the days when we had malls, I would go to the mall, walk around, and watch people. I kind of miss malls. There are a few still around. Malls have either like faded out, or there are a small handful that have remained very popular.
Thomas.Vermeeren says yeah, and you watch you see what's really going on at the society real, not at the media. At Donna says oh have a clue when Crown goes away she stops reading.
When crown goes away, stop. When those crowns go away? That's weird. Crowns go away. I don't think you have to have a crown. Crowns. Crowns are kind of funny. Well, you got to keep your crown then, Donna. I don't know. I didn't even realize that my chat had crowns. I think
Thomas.Vermeeren says but USA malls are more replacing by the two different formats superstores and supercenters more and more. Not. We had shopping centers only food, drinks and shops only but more and more local economics. At Donna says it's intermittent.
Thomas, do you have malls? Do you have malls in Belgium? It was a big, big thing here in the 80s, into the 90s. They had maybe a 20-year run. And then the internet came along. I mean, I don't blame the internet, but I do think that it had an awful lot to do with it. Because you don't have to go out to buy anything.
Anna says in Canada malls are crazy busy.
I wonder why. You think it's because the weather is cooler? I mean, I noticed that like when our malls started to be, taken away, like they slowed down, they sort of became dead, and then a lot of them have converted where they tore down the mall, the building, and then built a sort of an open shopping area with restaurants and stuff, but it's more open. It's not an enclosed area. I'm wondering maybe in Canada, because it's cooler up there, maybe it's continued to be beneficial to be inside. I remember one time I went to Minneapolis. I visited Minneapolis, and they have walking paths through the city that are just connect the buildings. Like you can walk from building to building, and it's like a little elevated. I mean, you're up maybe 2 or 3 floors on these.
Anna says because people like to get out of the house or apartment.
Yeah, that's true. But I think less people like to get out of the house these days. Or maybe what I should say is more people are content staying at home these days than there used to be, I think. I have to get out. I'm like the type of person, I don't like to stay in my house for very long.
Anna says I also think COVID changed us.
Yeah. Yep, that's true.
Thomas Ramirez says, and we have shopping streets too, malls, but shopping centra, only the standards 900 square meters express proxy, and 000 m squared market super, but more 3000 square meters stores more and more failing, too big for Belgium.
Well, I know you said you don't have Walmart.
At Thomas Ramirez says, nice yellow at the sky.
I think it's going to be cloudy, but it's not going to be. It's going to be a pleasant day, even though there are clouds up there. It is a bright yellow over there.
Anna says, I don't like malls anymore.
Well, I don't like malls because
Thomas Ramirez says, yeah, Walmart, Kroger, Target too big for Belgium. That's why we don't have that.
yeah, like I don't like the fact that malls, the stores in malls these days are kind of just, I don't know, kind of silly. I mean, they're not really appealing. Oh, she's there. She's there. Wow, gas station's busy today. Where are we going to go? Where are we going to go?
Paula says, good morning, everyone.
Hey, Holly, good morning. All right, we'll go over here.
Thomas Ramirez says, but shopping centra are more cozy and nice for me.
Like, I haven't been to a really active mall recently, but I would go to a mall and hang out. I don't dislike malls. I just don't like what they've become recently. All right, here we go. Here we go. $7:00, and we're here. So let's get some gas. Gonna get gas because we're on our way to Weaver's this morning. That should be good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Okay. We're paying $3.92. So we're still under $4 here. Still under $4.
Just in time for the big fill up. At Thomas Ramirez says, hey holla, you can see and repeat it 2x speed and chat IRL too. Hee hee hee, do that when I am later into don't miss a thing, hi hi. At Thomas Ramirez says, and soon you are IRL live in, hi hi, nice YT option. At Holla says, good morning Thomas. At Thomas Ramirez says, holla, how gonna be ya day today?
Yeah, so Thomas, this is Hollow, the one that I was telling you about the parade yesterday. So he did a live stream yesterday up in New York, and that was pretty cool. That was a nice parade. I was listening to most of it as I was driving home from the bakery. So I was driving along. Holly, you'll get a kick out of this. So I was driving home, listening to like the band music and all that kind of stuff, which was very nice. And then the fire engines came. And it was very, very weird because I had the
Paula
audio.
says I am not sure how it will unfold, Thomas.
I had the audio going, and the fire engines were coming through the car audio, but I couldn't tell whether they were actually around me or on the live stream. So I kept feeling like I had to pull over. $38. $38. That's more like it. We're getting better. It's getting more reasonable. Of course, I think we were in the twos. Our gas was like down to $2 something. 250. We were below 250 point. I get there again. All right. So now
Thomas Vermeeren says 11 a.m. UTC, 1 p.m. says at mine at the moment.
7 o'clock here on the East Coast, United States of America. God bless America. Girl. All right, so here's the plan. It is now 7 o'clock. We're probably, let me go out here and set the GPS, but I would guess we're like an hour 15, an hour 20 minutes from
Paula
Weaver.
says that happened to me. I've been in the car watching a live stream where someone beeps a horn and I think it's around me.
Yeah. Probably, sounds like a Shaun White live stream if you're hearing a beeping horn. Let's go to GPS. Weavers of Wellsville. Boom.
M. Dangerous says goody morning, Craig. At Holla
Hey,
says good morning, just a cat. At Thomas. Vermeeren says holla. So enjoy today and let comes how it comes and just enjoy. Also with us, yeah. I am Dangerous says I'm sleeping, Craig.
I like how you can work you can watch in your sleep. All right, so we're an hour and 6 minutes away from Weavers of Wellsville.
Toward Market Street, then turn right onto Market Street.
Page M at mine, high end.
Yeah, the gas. We've got the stream. Got my check. Okay, here we go.
Stop sign. Turn right onto Market Street.
You got it. Here we go.
Dangerous says goody morning, HII at Holla 6448.
All right, so we're off to Weavers, where we will, of course, we'll see the big white horse. It's become our standard part of the trip. Did we name the big white horse yet? Did we give the big white horse a name? Because I can't remember it if we did.
At Holla says so a funny thing happened after the parade.
Aha, what is that?
I am Dangerous says hey hi at Thomas. Vermeeren.
Oh, after your parade, I got another parade recommended. It was the one in Washington. So, went from your parade
600 feet at the traffic circle. Continue straight onto Center Street.
to in Washington.
Holla says yes. I think you did give it a name.
I thought we did too. I can't remember.
Thomas. Vermeeren says holla. What was happened? I saw the official Veteranian parade. The hosts were great.
But what happened after the parade? Did I miss it? Did you tell us?
Dangerous says it was a short name for an actor, like my bogey.
I feel like I'm supposed to make this right-hand turn, but she's not telling me to, so I'm not going to do it. Oh, you know what? No, I'm not supposed to make that right.
Paula says before my parade was also one in Staten Island and before that was Brooklyn.
In 600 feet, turn right onto Maryland 140 West, Maryland 97 North.
I can do that. Speaking of malls, we're passing one right now on the right-hand side.
Right onto Maryland 140 West, Maryland 97 North.
It's the Westminster.
I am dangerous
Town
says
Mall.
how come we didn't go there holla. Paula says you could have watched parades all day.
I think so.
At
Yeah,
Thomas Vermeer Greg, at 1 p.m. UTC, I lesser hot then.
yes, that's a good idea. You should do it when it's not as hot. Yeah, I didn't watch a whole lot of the Washington parade. Like, I saw it because
Thomas Vermeer says only 2 hours walking and back. Yippee.
In half a mile, take the Maryland 97 North exit toward Union Mills, Gettysburg.
Alrighty. Heading out to Gettysburg again. All right, so
Thomas Vermeer says I saw the whole parade.
the one in Washington, you watched the whole thing? I saw it came on shortly after Holla finished his.
Paula
Take
says
the
I
Maryland
don't think it's
97 North
possible to
exit.
go to them
Then
and
you'll take the
travel to
Maryland
next
97
one.
North ramp to Union Mills, Gettysburg.
Yeah, you probably didn't have time to go from spot to spot. Where the one you were on yesterday, your reception connection or reception or whatever we're going to call it was excellent. I mean, that was like you had really good connection. I don't know. Do you think that was just the fact that you were in a spot with a really good cell connection, or you think Prism helped? Like, it's hard to say, right? I don't think using a different broadcasting app would make that much of a difference.
Maryland 97 North ramp.
At Paula says I know even when I was walking around.
Yeah.
Continue on Maryland 97 North for 6 miles.
Thomas Vermeer says yes, the one at DC was non-gone, nice.
I started watching that one, and then AJ wanted to eat.
Paula says I think it was the prism. That was another reason why I did walk a bit. At Thomas. Vermeeren says the DC one was a funny one. At Donna says what does AJ stand for?
Andy Jr. Andy was his father. So I had Andy for 6.
Dangerous says I even ate yesterday and Bogey had got lots of lovin' from everyone.
So I had Andy for 16 years. And I guess he was around 10 or 12.
At Holla says so I didn't get home till after 8 p.m.
Wow. Oh, you were out for a long time.
Dangerous says why? Where did you go, Holla?
Goodness, I was fast asleep. I was asleep probably by 6 o'clock, I think.
Anna says well, long dog life, right?
Yeah, Andy lived a long time.
Holla says did you eat hot dogs and hamburgers?
He had the opportunity to eat a free hot dog, and he did not do it. I was kind of surprised, Hala. I mean, I could almost smell the hot dogs when you were walking around down there. I didn't see you eat one.
Thomas. Vermeeren says Holla, BK for sure, hee hee hee. Holla says so remember when I was walking to the end there was a McDonald's.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Is that where you stopped? Hala, you could have had a hot dog. I heard somebody say yesterday, and I don't know what kind of hot dog she was talking about, but I was listening to a podcast when I was working yesterday,
Holla says BK Burger King.
and they said
I am dangerous says no. Not McQDS.
a hot dog. A hot dog has 16 grams of protein in it. So I don't know what kind of hot dog that was, but that I was impressed by that. I didn't realize hot dogs had that much protein. Unless it was, maybe she was talking about a special
Holla
one.
says so when I was leaving, I remembered that I had to make the stream public. I pull over and a car in front of me also pulled over. I said, wait, that call looks familiar.
See, he knows, Hala knows everyone in New York City, and that's not easy because there's a lot of people in New York City.
Thomas. Vermeeren says but 2-day sweet buns at Delhaize Food Lion Og sells sweet brioche burger, Hotog's buns. No McDo for me, less taste at Bell and BK huge taste at Bell.
When you say Bell, it makes me think of Taco Bell.
Anna says I have some Nathan's hot dogs and package says 5 grams.
Yeah, see, it's got to be a special kind of hot dog. That sounds like
Paula says out of the car pops a live streamer.
Ah. Now, how did he know you were pulling over?
Thomas. Vermeeren says guys, Belgium Bell is the ISO abbreviation.
Was it a streamer that we've seen you run into before? What was he doing? Was he live streaming at that moment? Look, this is Maryland Mallet. That's a restaurant. We sell our cakes to them right there on the left. If you have dinner there, we're behind a bus. We're behind a school bus. That's why we're stopping. But we can't watch because we got this van in front of us. So, was the other streamer also covering that parade? Had they been doing the same parade?
Paula says so anyway. I haven't seen them in a while, and I was on this stream for about 2 hours then for a bit afterwards. Paula says I think Liberty Bell.
Liberty Bell? When he says Bell, you think of the Liberty Bell? So I think of Taco Bell, and you think of the Liberty Bell. Now, yesterday it would have been appropriate to think of the Liberty Bell.
Paula says she didn't. It was pure coincidence.
That's pretty.
In a mile, turn onto Old Hanover Road.
Thomas Vermuren says Greg. Also a UK bus and a USA Schuld is parked somewhere at some place at Metropole Antwerp. Hi hi.
Right, we're going to be making a right-hand turn soon. We're going to make this right-hand turn. Maybe.
Right onto Old Hanover Road.
There we go. I think we're getting close to the last school for a lot of
Paula
these
says
kids.
it's the old phone company.
Oh, yeah. Alexander Graham Bell. Disney character too, right? Belle? Which one is that? Beauty and the Beast? Is that Belle?
Thomas Vermuren. Paula. ISO Aviation is Belgium. Short type P.
That's a good point. That's like us saying U.S. I'm in the U.S. You're in the Bell. Give me my bell. Speed limit 40 miles per hour. I see these trees up here. I know we're going to switch over to cell for sure. Hopefully we don't get too pixel. Your speed is 46 miles per hour.
Thomas Vermeuren says also in the past the Bell building at Metropole Antwerp too. At Hollis says BEL makes sense for Belgium but Rosie reads it as Bell. Hollis says it from Frozen.
I don't.
Vermeuren says Hollis. Yeah, Rosie, humor.
Oh, what's her name? Elsa? Isn't that Elsa? I don't. I'm getting confused. Wicked. Elsa? Is there an Elsa in Wicked? She won. I don't know. I'm getting very confused now. Whoa, that's just coming on. I do feel like being the Beast had a bell. Beast bell. A lot of Beauty Beast. Here we go. Oh, look, there's a looking at. Do you see the horse? I don't know. It might be. That's it. The relative.
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. We're in Pennsylvania. I think there is a spot here. I don't know if you saw that horse. I'm not going to say it was a big horse because it's on one side, but I don't made it to big.
Next stop sign, turn right. Stop sign, turn right onto Westminster Road.
Okay, we're going to do that. There we go.
Thomas says horse name could be Snowflake.
Yeah, you know, I have a feeling maybe we didn't settle on a name. I think we talked about a lot of names. Now that you say that, I feel like maybe we didn't settle on one. I'd have to go back and watch. The video. There is evidence. We have the proof of what was decided.
Thomas says you don't even know the Gap Lady name. Why would you know cartoon names?
She was there today, but I just waved to her today.
Anna says okay, don't want to rock the boat.
Rock the boat, don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat, don't tip the boat over. We are in a deeply wooded area right now. Hopefully you're seeing more 1 pixel. Oh, here we go. Breaks out. Now we've got no trees for a while.
Thomas Vermeeren says holla, she will have privacy, that's the reason she don't wanna give her name, hee hee hee.
Very bright. Even though the sun's not out.
M Dangerous says I left my horseshoe game set at my brother's.
So where is that? Where's is your brother nearby? All right, and we're gonna make a left here, but she never tells me to
M
make a
Dangerous
left.
says and I left my hoodie.
She never tells us to make this left.
Thomas Vermeeren says just, nice sky at gray, yeah. Paula says I noticed wasn't much interaction today.
We're all in Hanover, on the outskirts of Hanover right now. If they do have ship tours, they probably.
Aaron says holla, I walked the tour celebrate yesterday, so haha. Tatiana says but if no one remembers the horse's name, did you really name it? Something to think about.
That's right. I can't think of it, right? I mean, we did talk about naming it, but I don't remember settling on a name. Which means the name might still be up for grabs.
And Dangerous says you settled it with her. And Dangerous says we did at the time.
Oh, well, now, wait a minute. Are we talking about two different things? I was thinking of the horse. We were also trying to guess what her name was going to be, the gas station lady.
Anna says okay, so Snow
Like, it's about the horse, right? Because we were also talking about the gas station attendant lady name. We made up a whole lot of stuff for that one. She actually has a name.
Dangerous says know the horse name.
Yeah, okay. All right, good. Yeah. All right. We're on the right thing. I believe that the horse's name is still up for grabs, and we could make it Snowflake. Snowflake, I like Snowflake because it's white, and it would represent the white horse color. I like that. No dogs allowed. Look, that cemetery had a great big sign that said no dogs allowed. Well, that's kind of rude. Actually, speaking of dogs and cemeteries, I used to take Andy after my mom passed away. I used to take Andy with me to the cemetery, and we like went several times. He went with me several times, and then I realized there was also
Stop sign. Turn right.
there was a sign there also that said no dogs allowed, but I didn't realize that until like I'd been like a half a dozen times.
Thomas Vermeeren says,
At the
guys,
stop
she
sign,
goes
turn
full
right onto
privacy,
Frederick
so
Street.
the lassie don't give her name. Ha ha ha.
Covered wagon. Look, this car has a personalized plate. I'm guessing that's covered wagon. On this trip, the areas we ride through on this trip, we don't really go through.
Paula says I rode through a desert on a horse with no name. At Hala says I rode through a desert on a horse with no name.
I did type that twice. Or she liked that. She liked it a lot. She liked it so much she rang it. She's trying to sing, but she didn't know the next line about the rain. It was good to get out of the rain. The name of that road is Forney. And I have a niece named Kate. Kate lived on that street. It would be Forney Kate. This is the way my mind works. It's a scary thing. I know. Up. School bus stop right there. Waiting for the bus. Waiting for the bus.
Paula says love a song where lyrics make no sense, and there are a lot of them.
It's true.
Hellcat says I just joined and this is what I hear.
I apologize for that, Hellcat. It's just I was just reading out loud. I was reading out loud. If we go to the left, we're on high, and we go to the right, we're on centennial. I've never paid attention to the road signs through Hanover before.
Thomas Vermeeren says la 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 la, on a horse with no name.
What?
600 feet, continue straight onto Pennsylvania 194 North Broadway.
We are headed straight through Hanover. We're in downtown Hanover right now.
At Paula says was it Ethan or something?
Continue straight onto Pennsylvania 194 North Broadway.
Ethan. Who's Ethan? Wait a minute. Why do I feel like I know the name? Like I've had the name Ethan in my head recently. There's a man on a horse over here. I don't know what he's doing. Who he is. I know nothing about this gentleman. But he's in the middle of Hanover, Pennsylvania right now.
Paula says Ethel.
Ethel. Is that what we were going to call the horse? No.
Anna says Ethan Allen.
Continue on Pennsylvania 194
Ethan
North for 6
Allen.
miles.
What are you going furniture shopping? Oh, there we go. Whoa. Let's spread that a little bit. I can't settle on it. You got to tell me if things look really smushy. You know, like sometimes the way the the zoom in level.
Thomas Vermeeren says cozy Westminster, USA, damn nice.
Damn nice. That's what I'm talking about. School bus stopping at the railroad tracks. Is that what that is? Or are we picking up kids? Sometimes if you zoom in around and you're at the wrong zoom level, things look smushy. You know what I mean? Like the cars look like they're thin. You gotta tell me if things look weird, let me know. Try to fix it.
When I go to cemetery with my dad, there were a pack of wild dogs. At Thomas Vermeeren says a Ram and pickup truck, nowadays Dutch by Stellantis.
There's a Ram pickup truck in front of us. We're in a Ram. Ram. Ram tough. Ram tough. Ethan. Now I'm like really curious why the name Ethan. I don't know.
Thomas Vermeeren says only GM, Ford are nowadays global USA.
Which you said GM? Did you say Ford? Is Ford in there? How about Tesla? Do you get Teslas over there? You got Teslas in the Bell? Is that what we should? So, like, we can say, you're in Bell? You're in the Bell? Not that, I mean, Belgium. So, Belgium is a two-syllable word. We're shortening a two-syllable word.
Thomas Vermeeren says also Stellantis has taken Eurocar brands to and at Belgium Tesla pickup trucks too. At Kelcat says I don't think Teslas export well, there are much better electric vehicles worldwide.
Yeah, it's probably much cheaper too. I think China makes some great electric cars. I do think they probably do make.
Paula says it was like an older name.
For the horse? We're still talking about the horse name, right? So you think
Vermeeren says yes. Also BYD publical buses at Belgium.
So you think we did name the horse? We settled on a name? I'm gonna have to go back and look. It would have been my live stream where I think I made the thumbnail a big picture of the horse, right? I think the big white horse. All right, we've successfully passed through Hanover now. This trip, I gotta say, it goes by faster. Now I think it goes by faster because
Anna says maybe it was Ethan. At Thomas. Vermeeren says in the past at Metropole Antwerp also a huge Ford factory dealer back in the days.
Ethan. So you think maybe, for some reason, Ethan is sticking in my head. And that's why I'm trying to figure out, like, if I had any other reason, like I met someone named Ethan. I don't think so. Remember, if I had a conversation with somebody named Ethan, or whether I'm doing it because of the horse. I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Maybe we did. Maybe we...
Paula says it looks okay now, but you were buffering before. I think more than normal. At Thomas. Vermeeren says Ethan is a beautiful name.
Were we like actually buffering with the circle, or was it pixelated? Or a little both?
Paula says so big win for the Knicks last night.
Oh, well, that's good. I know you were cheering for them. Kids, wait for the bus. We're getting actual sun. The sun is breaking through.
Anna says how about Snowball?
Snowball. Snowflake. Snowball. We got Snowflake, we got Snowball. This is assuming that we didn't already settle on Ethan. Snowflake. Snowball. Snowball. Cat, didn't you have a cat named Snowball? I think I've had a Snowball in my life.
Cat says yes, I did.
Shit.
Cat says Snoops and Snowball.
Snoops. Yep, Snoops and Snowball.
Thomas. Vermeeren says now we can see Westminster. Yippee.
Well, that was Hanover. Westminster was back when we were going where we got gas. That was kind of Westminster.
Paula says yes for horse. I think it was an old-fashioned name.
You mean now, Holly? You're talking about Ethan, right? We're going to find out. I'm going to watch that replay.
Hellcat says no sun in Westminster yet.
No sun. Yeah, it's got quite nice up here.
Thomas Vermeeren says ooh, this whole area is beautiful.
It is very nice up here.
At Hollis says it was on your last trip to pick up supplies, maybe last Tuesday.
Yeah, I think it was the one. It was the one where I have the picture. We got like a really good close-up shot of Snowball or Ethan or Snowflake. I like Snowball better than Snowflake.
.600 at the traffic circle. Continue straight onto North Queen Street.
And we're close. We're close to where Snowball lives, or Ethan. Or we could have a first name and a last name. I think, well, not last name. But we can make up his own.
Hellcat says it's a big horse though. How about Glacier? At Donna says how about Cloud Cover? Thomas Vermeeren says are the names.
Take a slight right onto Pennsylvania 194 North, North Queen Street.
I think we settled on a name. But I mean, we can have a first name and a middle name. So it could be like Ethan Snowball.
Thomas Vermeeren says feels like Belgium here.
Ethan Snowball Cornelius the Third. I don't know what his real last name is, but he's got to have a last name too. And we're not far. We're getting close. We're getting close.
Thomas Vermeeren says at the roundabout.
There, I see silo. See Ethan's silo. Ethan Snowball Cornelius. He's not in his field. He's not out in the. There he is, though. That's his barn right there. Let's look. We're going to do a quick detour just to see. We're going to go down the road just to see if he's out. I don't see. I see his friends.
Anna says I am calling him CC for Cloud Cover.
Cloud Cover. This is his road. Roadway.
Hellcat says Ethan
Continue
Snowball
on
Cornelius
Protectory
the
Road
third
for 3/4
Esquire.
of a mile.
All right, so there's a brown horse over there. I don't think that's him. He might be. Oh, I think he's on the other side of this other horse. They're all kind of. Let me turn around. When we go back, I'll. Beaver Creek. All right, what am I doing? Let me turn this puppy around. Back over to Beaver Creek.
Paula says Log Cameron.
At the next stop sign, turn right.
He's right on the edge of the Hamilton Township. All right, let's see what we got.
Hellcat says someone is going to think getting donuts.
All right.
At Donna says oh no now we have to name the brown horse.
So there's a brown horse next to him. So there he is. He's the one eating. Then there's another one over there. Whoops, what am I doing?
Paula says why is Rosie saying Hellcat?
I think she's saying Kelcat, but it sounds like Hellcat. She should be saying Kelcat.
Thomas
All right.
Vermeeren says Beaver Creek is awesome. Feels being at France.
All right, I'm gonna.
At Donna says there's CC. At Holla says I thought it was Ethel.
Ethel? I don't think we would have named him Ethel. I think it's a male. I'm not going to zoom in again. because that would be inappropriate. But I'm pretty sure he's a male. All right, here we go. So we've done our white horse observation. These people living in this house are probably like, why does this guy drive by every Tuesday?
Stop sign. Turn right onto Pennsylvania 194 North.
Maybe I should bring them donuts.
At Thomas. Vermeuren says, yep, France-styled place here.
Really? That reminds you of France. Bonjour. Oh, dead animal. We're going to straddle. We're straddling the dead animal. Boom. Bam.
Anna says, but we cannot name him Snowman. At Thomas. Vermeuren says, lot of going France at vacation, so.
I think that's good. So now our next stop, I'm going to make the traditional stop at Rutter's for a coffee and a rest stop. Coffee and a rest stop. I wonder if they're still doing the road work in Berlin. That's Berlin, by the way, where we stopped.
Thomas. Vermeuren says, lot of Euro history at USA too, so.
It's true. $3.99. Oh, they've got their gas prices just below $4. We are now entering East Berlin. They are still doing the road work, apparently. They're doing a lot of work here in East Berlin. Be prepared to stop. Prepared to stop.
Anna says, have to get going. Good day all.
All right, Donna, have a good day.
Thomas. Vermeuren says, Belgium is an in-between country. Lot of Netherlands, France, Germany styled at Belgium AAL in one, so. At Thomas. Vermeuren says, Donna and you today.
She's headed to the library. All right, we're going in here. We're going in.
Thomas. Vermeuren says, Donna enjoy today.
Turn right onto Zinn Alley. Then at the next stop sign, you'll turn right.
All right, guys, we will park. I think this is our spot from last time.
Paula says, so now Craig is stalking horses.
I am stalking horses. That's true. All right, I'm gonna go in there. That's good.
Paula says take care, Donna.
All right, do I have everything I need? I'll leave the phone in here. Okay. All right, let's do this. Okay. People are going to get used to seeing me every Tuesday. Again, make sure we have. All right, let's go with a large. Not drink the whole thing, but you never know. Rainforest, 100% Colombian rainforest. Talking about.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
285.
All right.
All right, you're all set.
We're all good?
Have a good day.
All right, thanks, you too. Coming out, ladies and gentlemen. Switch up my coffee cup here. Take that one out. This one. Don't miss me. Radio that. Whoops. Look at that.
You can now be free of IRS collection efforts by taking advantage of a special IRS tax hardship program. This program
Connect.
allows Americans who owe the IRS
It would stay connected. That's the only thing about this radio. It doesn't stay connected to your device.
Paula says, what brand of microphone do you have? It seems to have a long range.
It does have a very long range. I kind of like that. It is the Hollywood, not Hollywood. It's Holly something. And Hollyland. And it comes with two. The one that you don't see there is the one I'm using. I think it's a Lark something. Lark 1, Lark 2. It might be in my... No, maybe it's not. I'm not sure whether I put it in my description. I should, though. I should have that, like what my microphone is. Seems to work pretty good. All right, here we go. We're ready to roll. We're almost there, actually. By the time we leave here, I think we've only got another maybe 10 or 15 minutes before we get to the... Oh, there's another gas station attendant lady. You know I have a thing for gas stations.
left onto Abbottstown Street.
See, now, isn't that weird? We came out, when we went in, they were working on the road. And when we came out, they weren't. Like they left. Well,
Says yes, a lot of people put all the gear in Gear Channel description.
yeah, I think that is a good idea. I have it in... Oh, look at that truck. I have probably all the descriptions in the video I made where I was talking about the Starlink.
Thomas
And the
Ramirez
backpack.
says, which state you are, Craig?
Right now we're in Pennsylvania. I'm normally in Maryland. So I live in Maryland, and normally the delivery routes that I make are usually in Maryland. But right now we're up in Pennsylvania. So we're north of Maryland right now. York County. Now, see, that sign says that the like the Amish horse and buggies.
Paula says, do you have any intel on what you're picking up?
I know that I'm getting the normal boxes for the donut supplies. And like, the reason they needed that again was because the orders have been pretty big, and because of the holiday, They normally deliver to the bakery, like this. Weaver's delivers to the bakery every week on Thursdays. But because Monday was a holiday, the delivery is pushed back till Friday. So I think Jennifer wasn't sure she had enough for that extra day. Plus, it's been busier than usual, even with the holiday. I mean, they expected it to be busy for the holiday, but all the days around the holiday have been a little busier than normal. So the fact that I have to come up here, straddling another day. The fact that I have to come up here is a good sign because it means we're actually pumping out more donuts than she expected. And then today I'm also getting a 50-pound bag of...
Next right onto Bermudian Church Road.
I think it's chocolate cake flour. I think it was, she said chocolate. But anyway, 50-pound bag of flour. Cake mix, which is mostly flour.
Thomas Vermuren says, so I see online Yarué and places
Turn right onto Bermudian Church
Enjoy
Road.
that and let you feel you are on a vacation, man, walk.
Bermudian Church.
At Hollis says that is good that they are busy. It seems like a great bakery.
Yeah, it just amazes me how steady, it's just a steady influx of people throughout the day. And some of it is people really don't bake cakes anymore. Like if you think about it, when I was growing up, my mother always made my birthday cake. It was like in a little metal pan. Okay? She made the cake, iced it, had that little plastic container of icing. And if you had told me when I was...
Dr. Mirren says don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. I already like. At Hollis says remember the bundt cake.
Yep, bundt cake, angel food cake, like all that kind of stuff. But people don't do that anymore, which is very good if you own a bakery. It looks like there is a fog settled in the area ahead. And brownies. My mother always made brownies too. Working on the pole. Now, I would expect we're going to hit a little spotty connection. This is going to be the sharp
Next
left
stop sign.
turn.
Take a sharp left.
Sharp left.
Stop sign. Left onto Davidsburg Road.
We're in Davidsburg.
Thomas Vermeeren says, but at Belgium, a lot of B-Day cakes.
Look at that house on the left. It's like stone. But it's very cool looking stone.
Paula says that was an interesting house.
Do you think they painted the stone?
Past Red Run Valley Road and turn right onto Crowtown Road.
That's what it almost looked like. Unless that was a certain type of stone that I'm not familiar with.
Paula says, but no,
Turn right onto Crowtown Road.
Crawl town. There's goats in there.
Thomas Vermeeren says, I feel like I am at France, ami damn moi.
Huh. I did not realize this was like France. Oh, look at all the cows, man. We got a lot of cows. A lot of cows out today. They're all over that field over there.
Paula says maybe like stone face, not real stones.
Baby cow. I see baby cows.
Paula says, is this how France looks? Thomas Vermeeren says feels Route National de la France to me at the USA way. Wow, thanks to Craig for this road. Damn, oh awesome.
I can't take responsibility for the road. Or the now see here. I think we're gonna this is here. Let's check out this water. I always wanted to do this when we were here. Can you guys still see? Can you see right now? Probably going to do this, and it'll be an area where you can't see a darn thing. Oops. Here we go. Let's check it out. It's pretty cool looking. Oh, I can't hear you now because you're in the van. Very cool. Car boom behind. It's a commercial. It's a commercial for Tuco's Bakery right here. I think it said what this water was. We'll have to look at it on the way back. People are moving.
Paula says looks like a perfect place to enjoy a coffee and relax.
Exactly. Coffee and a donut right here. Oh, and I do have. Look, I'm glad you said that because.
Thomas Dr. Murin says wow. This is why Wi-Fi Live is made for. Oh my damn, wow.
Hold on. I got a couple cookies. Look, I brought this.
Thomas Dr. Murin says chillax place.
So I've got chocolate chip cookies and some cupcakes. I'm going to drop these off for the guys at Weaver's. But before I do that, let me take price tags. Got to come off. See, Holly, you were wondering what happens to the leftovers. My back. That was weird. My back.
At Telcat says yes, you're back now. At Telcat says yes.
Yeah.
At Hollis says I thought you feel in the creek.
I don't know what happened. When did it stop? Because what I looked up and all of a sudden it said connecting. So I'm like, all right, we must have been buffering for a second. But then it kept saying that, and I basically had to. I don't know. It's weird. That was a weird one. I don't know what happened. Let me drive. So we go. There we go. Kind of strange. It's doing it again. Did it again. What is going on with this live stream?
Dr. Murin says holla. We the viewers are on a vacation trip, yeah. At Holla says you started buffering when you said I need to take off the price tags.
Oh, okay. All right, so it was okay until then. I don't know what happened to that. That's very strange. So we weren't moving, and it disconnected. The video dropped, but also I couldn't hear you. So I don't know what happened. And I couldn't get the phone to do anything. Like I kept like pressing the. It was like trying to make the phone close the window so that I could close it and open it back up, and it wasn't even closing. It's like frozen. All right, well, we're only a few minutes away from Weaver's Wellsville. Now, I think they know I'm coming today. I gotta see if I mean...
Thomas Vermeeren says this stream feels itself too chilled, so that's the real reason of buffering. Hee.
Yeah. It's so relaxed that it's falling asleep.
Thomas Vermeeren says chillaxed.
Yeah, we're almost there. We're almost there.
Paula says I noticed you didn't promise big trucks today.
Yeah, I know. Because I'm I mean, I'm starting to think that maybe Tuesdays aren't the day to see a big truck. This is kind of a nice stretch with all the trees. I never even realized the trees are all lined up quite perfectly.
feet, continue onto York Street. Continue onto York Street, then turn left onto Carlisle Road, Main Street.
At Paula says yes, it's very beautiful.
At the stop sign, turn left onto Carlisle Road, Main Street.
We are in Wellsville now, ladies and gentlemen. Just letting us go. Welcome to Wellsville, the Boyd family. Keep Pennsylvania beautiful. Trucks, no right turns.
Pass North Street and turn right onto Chestnut Street.
Chestnut.
Thomas Vermeeren says holla, spot on.
Right onto Chestnut
Here
Street.
we go.
Take your first left onto North Street.
Weavers of Wellsville, watch it, children. Watch it, children. Be careful.
Left onto North Street. Then your destination will be on the right.
All right, before we go in there, let's
At Holla says all looks well in Wellsville.
see. I'm gonna. Oh, look, we got trucks today. We got a couple trucks today. That's what I'm talking about. Oh man,
Head toward Carlisle Road, Main Street.
we've even got a
Your
truck.
destination is on the right.
All right, let me look at my thing here first. Look,
At Holla says it was a nice stretch with the trees. Thomas.
look, we've even got
At
a.
Thomas Vermeeren says I put sash. Ecuador instrumental at the back 4 extra vibe on at the back at YT2.
We've even got a truck in our spot. So let me just see if I need to check.
Thomas Vermeeren says yes it is. Holla.
All right, 20 Sanford Pebbles, Weaver's order. Weaver's Tuesday. All right, just realized. Hi, Jennifer. Should I check in at the office or straight to the, what do you call that? What do you call that? Dock? Is that a dock?
Thomas Vermeeren says a nice place for all YT Livestriel truckers too there at Craig. Yeah.
Yeah, this tiny little van. Or go straight
Thomas
to
Vermeeren
the
says live stream.
delivery bay. It's a bay. That's what
Paula
I call it.
says loading dock.
Loading dock. Oh, there we go. Loading dock. I like that. That's perfect. Just go straight to the loading dock. I feel like when I left the bakery, she was talking like I had to, I might need to check in because they might not know I'm coming. I think she just made the order. She just placed the order yesterday, but the guy that she normally talks to wasn't there
Thomas.Vermeeren says holla. ID 2R dock in.
because it was a holiday. Well, she's typing right away. You can go to the loading dock. All right, cool. So the guys, I'm coming. All right, so here's what we're gonna do.
Thomas.Vermeeren says indeed.
All right, there we go. All right, so here's the deal. I'm gonna pull in. If you look over here, see, I normally back in where that truck is, but I'm gonna back in next to it on the right hand, or well, the left hand side. See what we do. So here we go.
Thomas.Vermeeren says Craig. Ha 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 ha.
You gotta be tired. Okay, so let's go here. I might have a 50-pound bag of flour, you know what? Whoa. Okay. All right, let's see if this works. I'm gonna well, since I don't know that this is where I'm gonna park, I'll leave you here for right now. I'll just turn you around so you can see inside. Not gonna be very exciting. Do this until later. All right. Let me take my goodies. I'll come right back. Leave the van running. Yeah, we're gonna leave it. I gotta take you out of the van and show you how ridiculous it looks to have this big truck. You could probably drive 3 of my vans into this truck easily. Three of the vans could fit in this truck. Maybe 4. Hello.
How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you? I can see inside the truck right now. Like I'm standing. I'm standing at the back of the truck, but it's open. And it's completely empty. I wish I had my phone where I could take a picture. Kind of cool looking. It's basically like being in a refrigerator in here. I think it is a refrigerated warehouse. Whoa, that's a lot. Am I getting all those boxes?
Like 1 minute.
I think that's more boxes than I was supposed to pick up. I can go at. I think today I was just supposed to get. I don't know. Let me go grab my phone real quick. Take a look at it. I know the flour though. It was flour and then like. Let me check. He's got like a bazillion boxes. What the what? Eight and 2. Yeah, so 8 of the rings and 2 of the shells is all I'm supposed to get today. Some of that might be, because normally I think they deliver on Thursdays, right? Oh look, if I have my phone in here, I can talk to you guys. The French stop person is correct. I don't think so though, because she just told me this number today. I think that's all.
They could have messed up the 12. You could have just like fingered, like accidentally hit 12 instead of 2.
Maybe
So this was 8, 2, and the 1 bag.
it was supposed to be 8, 2, and the 1 bag. Yeah.
8, 2, and 1. Is that what it is? No, but you want the 8, 2, and 1.
Yeah, that's all I'm supposed to get today, right? Because I think Friday, like they normally deliver on Thursday, but it won't be till Friday because of the holiday.
Yeah.
So she wanted, that plus.
Okay.
Chocolate flavored pudding cake.
If you want, I can count this order quick and then he can pull out, or do you just want me to help carry him out the door for you?
Oh, if he's ready to pull, yeah.
Well, I can count stuff.
Oh,
So, I mean, if you want, I can just help you carry.
yeah. Either way, we probably carrying it out's easier.
It's the right one.
Let me get. You want to get that one? Open it up. Oh. Shells. It's 2 shells, right? So I got one of the shells. Perfect. Thank you.
Already been walking in the woods for 3 hours long.
Oh. Get up there. Thank you. Right now we're doing rings. 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 Thank you. Thank you. Two, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Nice. Got it. Got it.
Almost done reviewing
One more. Yep.
this.
All right. Perfect. Thank you. Here. Here. There. Okay. Boom.
You changed it in here to the ships.
Okay.
It'll still say 12.
Oh, okay. Okay. The rest will just be Friday or whatever. Whatever's left. Okay. All right.
Thanks, buddy.
That's you. That's me. Thank you. Have a good one. Shipped, ordered, shipped. Huh. Okay. Oh, I was going to show you this. So look.
Thomas Vermeeren says I put my phone on and soon I am on the go.
So this is just so you can see. Here's the van compared to these trucks. So there's my van. And there's the truck. So yeah, like I was right inside that door looking into the truck. You could definitely drive 3 of these vans easily into that truck. Oh.
Ella says, did you give them the cookies?
I did. I will say this though. So I was walking in and out that door. It's half funny, it's half painful. I was walking in and out of the door because normally I'm parked where that truck is, and I just open the big loading dock door.
Thomas Vermeeren says Craig's van is so European.
But so I was holding the door with my back while he's handing me a box, and I'm holding the door. And little did I know there was like this kind of like, I don't know what it is. It's like a little lever or something, but there's something sticking out from the door. Oh my God, it went right into my back. So like, and I'm trying to act like, like a reasonable person. So I didn't yell out in pain or anything. I was just like, thanks for that. Anyway, here we go. So we got flour, donut stuff. We're good to go. It's warm in the van now all of a sudden. It's very nice outside.
Thomas Vermeeren says I am on my phone at the moment.
Oh, are you out walking? Did you start your walk? That's what you're doing. All right, so we dropped off the cookies. I've got the donut stuff. I got the flour. And we're headed back.
Ella says yes, the vans do look European now.
I think I can go.
Thomas Vermeeren says no, 10 minutes left.
Oh, okay. All right, here we go.
Vermeeren says, but USA vans are huge and longer.
Yeah, this is a relatively small van. Like when I walked in there, so here's what happens. I walked in there and he usually takes
Ella says, I can't believe you stood to the gas lady and gave the cookies to the warehouse boys.
Well, I am for the warehouse guys. And then it crossed my mind. I'm like, hey, since I had cookies and cupcakes, oh look, another dead animal. I was like, should I give one thing to her and the other thing to the warehouse guys? But no, I figured no. I can't give her something every time I go. I gotta pace myself. I like it to be somewhat, like, ooh, does he have something today? I don't know. Plus, in theory, I would probably see her more than them, because if I get gas once or twice a week. Plus, I can go for a month or two without coming up here. And all of a sudden I get on a roll.
Thomas Vermeeren says Ram nowadays Dutch by Stellantis. So,
but I was picking up a total of 10 boxes. But when he went to get the boxes and he came back, he had like this whole skid on the cliff full of boxes. And I'm like, I looked at it and I'm like, I don't even think all those boxes would fit in the van. But even if they would, it's going to be quite a job. And so I said, I think I'm only supposed to get like 10 boxes.
Paula says today could have been the day. Hey, how was your weekend? By the way, I am Craig. What's your name?
Oh, my. Now, see? No, but yeah, it could have been. Could have been. But I'm saving that for another day. I'm leaving us. It's sort of, I like the anticipation. It's built into a future episode of Craig Gets Gas. That's gonna be the name of those shows. Anytime I go and have to fuel up, we'll call that show.
Thomas Vermeeren says Hala is funny.
That stream will be called Craig Gets Gas. Another animal. Now we're doing a side swipe on this one. This is a bird. Bird in the street. No, I probably should turn the lady on. Do you think I know where I'm going now, though? Let's try the app without the GPS lady. See how we do. I think I can do it. I had a thought. It's probably going to break up because the connection back here is probably bad. But I had a thought that when I back up in that loading dock, I was going to put the camera on the back of the van and back up like I did the last time. And then I was thinking if I did that, I couldn't really wait for you guys to tell me when to stop because there's delay. So unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to use your eyes back there to stop the van when we got too close to the loading. I guess it doesn't tell us what that water is. I thought they were fine. It said river, lake, or creek, or whatever that was. What? But there was no sign. Dangerous intersection. Did you see that sign? Dangerous.
Paula says, so did you hurt your back?
I didn't really hurt my back. It's sort of like the muscle on the side where it hit. It does. It's all right now. It was a thing. I'll probably feel it tomorrow. But yeah, it wasn't actually on my back. So. I think it was like, you know how like you'll have those, it comes on a little chain and then it like has a pin. I don't know what they use it for. Maybe it holds the door open. Oh, maybe that's what it is. Usually it's on those doors that have the where you press a bar and then the door opens. You know what I mean? Like it's just a bar that goes across the door, and then it has an area in the center of it where you can kind of push on that and it opens the door. And I think this pin goes in there to keep the door open, so that it won't lock when it closes. Because that's what ended up happening. The door was just open. But it's also got in the door, it's one of those doors that has like a plastic sheet, little straps of plastic are coming
Paula
down.
says, I am glad it's nothing a vibrating bed or a massage can fix.
Yes, I need to get some quarters and find an appropriate motel. And I'll be in tip-top shape. Yeah, it doesn't even hurt right now, so I don't know. Maybe it won't be that bad. This is the right. We got to make this sharp right.
Paula says yes, the plastic hanging strips to keep cool in.
Yeah. And I think that's why I didn't even see this pin. Because there's the door, and then right inside the door, like immediately, are the strips. So I kind of like leaned back into the door to open it, but I didn't even see this little pin sticking out there. And as it was opening, it sort of like moved into my back. And for a moment, it was part of my body. But I just sucked it up. I walked right out to the van with my box like nothing happened. Never let them see you sweat. That's what they say. There was a sign back there that said, "Enjoy beef." But the picture of a steak was
Paula
faded.
says if you were hurt, you probably could sue and get a lot of dough out of that place.
It's true. We get a lot of dough out of this place. We get a lot of flour. This is called chocolate cake mix, pudding mix or something. Chocolate cake pudding. I don't know. Now the guy carried the bag of, which I was kind of happy about that. Really, the boxes aren't that heavy, but the cake mix was like a 50-pound bag. He carried that out. So that was nice.
Paula says very profound. Enjoy beef.
Well, I think that was I think it's probably a cattle farm. But the picture of the steak is so faded that it's like the steak looks yellow. It looks really bad. Like they would be better if they just took the sign down, probably.
Thomas Vermeeren says I'm outside, just past a parked Mazda pickup truck.
You're on foot, I believe, right? Was it parked on the road, or did you just walk by it? So you're 4. Oh yeah, so 4 o'clock. So it's 1 o'clock. Yeah. You left just on time. You're very punctual, Thomas.
Paula says those were cool little pickup trucks.
Cool little pickup trucks. Did I miss it? Where was the pickup truck? I don't think I noticed. Adams County. Now we're back in Berlin.
Thomas Vermeeren says Paula more Euro pickups indeed. At Consummate Goodness says good morning. Everyone smiley face.
Kendra, good morning. Back on my Pennsylvania run.
Paula says Thomas passed a Mazda pickup truck. At Thomas Vermeeren says Con. Welcome in.
Oh, that pickup truck.
Paula says hey Kendra.
Yeah, Kendra, it must be 9 o'clock. Must be when you, this is when you usually pick us up.
Consummate Goodness says I've been here for a while. The water was so pretty and your backup sounds made me laugh long.
Oh, boy. My backup. Yeah, I usually don't do the backup sound quite that long. But I had a long way to back up. Further than I thought. There was a truck, and then when I was in there, I think because he thought I was going to get all those boxes, right? So I really only needed to get 10 boxes and a 50-pound bag of cake mix, flour. And
Consummate Goodness says turned into a song. Lol.
it did turn into a song. That's true. It's a backup song. Heard of backup
Thomas
singers?
Vermeeren says Con. Chillax nice at you, damn wah.
But he had like 22 boxes for me. Like I only went there to get 10. And I think the order that they wrote up was for 22 boxes, which would barely fit in the van.
Paula says Craig has a future of a backup singer.
backups. I always thought that looked like a pretty good gig, being a backup singer.
Consummethicalness says holla.
Like, I wouldn't have minded being a Pip, like Gladys Knight and the Pips. I could have been one of them. I like that thing where you kind of like snap your fingers and go back and forth with your arms. Like, you know what I mean? You don't really dance, you just sort of like synchronize your arm swings and step back and forth. Maybe that is dancing, now that I said it.
Consummethicalness says lol. Paula says yes, all in sync. It looks more than it actually is.
True. Up, we're gonna pass the big white horse's house again. That's the silo that is on the barn that is next to the big white horse. I mean, I really feel like I have a connection to this barn and the big white horse. The big white horse is not. He's out. He's still over there by the barn. My week is complete when I've seen the big white horse.
Thomas Vermeeren says con. And holla, nice YT pick at you too.
Yeah, Thomas, what time would it be? I think it would be 7 plus 4, so 11. So Kendra has a live stream at 11 p.m. your time. Consume the goodness. But she does that on Tuesdays.
Paula says when did the gay white horse get downgraded to the big white horse?
What? Hasn't it always been the big white horse? I thought it was always the big white horse. I mean, he is great. He's good and he's great. And he's big.
Thomas Vermeeren, 3 p.m. cest at mine at the moment.
Huh? I thought it was 1 o'clock your time at the moment. What time is it in the bell? See, now I know now I'm feeling very
Paula
international.
says giant. I thought it was a giant white horse.
I think we went with big. Giant. I don't. I don't remember using the descriptive giant.
Thomas Vermeeren says but also 1 p.m. UTC to at mine.
All right, wait a minute. So, what time is it right now where you are? Like, when you look at your watch, what time does it say? Does it say 1 or does it say 3?
Thomas Vermeeren says Sest is RDST. Consummate Goodness says, where are you, Thomas?
He's in Belgium.
Paula says, does anyone know what time it is?
Does anybody know what time it is? Does anybody really care? I think we should spend a day and only seek in lyrics. Without any trouble.
Vermeeren says, so 3 p.m. Sest at Belgium and UTC is the global time.
Okay, so it's 3 o'clock. All right, so then I take back. So you are 6 hours. So your local time is 6 hours ahead of my local time. Which means now we're like talking 1 o'clock. So it'd be 1 o'clock in the morning if you were going to catch Kendra, because she's on a 7 Eastern time. And considering the fact that you're normally up at 5 a.m. when I start my ride, I'm going to think you're probably not up at 1 o'clock a.m. Like that might be the sleeping time for you. Or what? Did I say a.m. or p.m.? I meant a.m.
Consummate Goodness says, I don't even know what to do tonight. It might just be hanging out.
Hanging out is good. Like the hanging out, drawing is always good. I like the art. Painting.
Paula says hanging out is always good, or art, or guessing game.
Guessing games are good. I like the guessing games. You know what happens? What happens in your live streams that I think is pretty cool is everybody, like you have a combination of people
Paula
that
says
are
you
all
should talk about the Knicks' big win.
that are all that are all chatters. You know what I mean? Like the people that come to your live stream in the evening, most of them chat. Like a lot of times, and I was talking earlier, I was thinking about this. I think I started to say it, that like a lot of live streams, if you watch like John or these truck drivers,
Thomas Vermeeren says, Craig, I use only UTC. We are international here, so.
people, yeah, no, I realize that now. That's what confused me about your local time. But usually it's a small percentage of people. Like you might have 200 people watching your live stream, Happens to me all the time. And but you have these live streams that have a couple hundred people. It's a small percentage of people that actually chat, and that's fine. I mean, most people are just watching. Some people are on TV, all that kind of stuff, right? But I've noticed that like the people that come to your live streams are a combination of the people who chat in these other live streams, right? Like they're chatters, if that's a word. I don't know if it is, but it's interesting because if you have 30 people on your live stream viewing, you've got like 25, almost 30 people chatting, and that's not typical. Usually, it's a small percentage of the people that are watching that actually chat. But the one thing when you've got that many chatting is the people saying hello to each other. I don't know what the right thing to do about that is.
Paula
Like,
says yes, that's true, and only a small percentage hit the like.
true, that's true too. But especially like if you don't remind them, like I never remind people. But if the people don't, unless you remind them, they really don't think about it. And that I'm guilty of that too sometimes. Like I find myself 20 minutes, a half an hour into a live stream and I haven't hit like yet because I just didn't think about it. But what are your thoughts on people saying hello? Because sometimes when you've got a lot of people in a live stream that are chatting, like my personal thing is like when I get into a chat, I like to say hi to the host and everybody, right? So I'll like go, hi Kendra and chat, or hi everybody, or hi blah blah. But like sometimes it can get really out of control when people start individually saying hello to each other. You know what I mean? Like, does anybody else think that, or is it just me? And now when a new person comes in, then everybody's kind of like, hey, hi, you know, whoever just entered. I kind of see that, but it's weird. I don't know what to do. I don't like whether I should say hi to everybody or whether if you miss somebody, then are they going to be kind of like upset because you didn't say hi to them? I don't like I probably overthink it. But I do notice that a lot of people chat.
Thomas Vermeeren says don't forget to like and subscribe. Paula says it's awkward. With the hello, I used to debate it but gave into two.
So
Paula says yes, I do know exactly what you mean.
I mean, I would prefer like to just say hi to everybody in one, you know, instead of like, because I feel sorry for sometimes the Kendra. I'm like, oh my God, she's never going to catch up, and you're going through all the chat, and like, you know, a high percentage of it, especially at the beginning, a high percentage of it is people saying hi to each other, and hi, you know, but it just goes back and forth and back and forth. Anyway. So just in case you're ever wondering, like, I wonder what Craig's
Paula
thinking
says we are
right
similar, Craig.
Yeah. So now you know, like by about 7:15 this evening, I'll be sitting there going, I wonder if I should say hi to that person. I wonder if I should say hi.
Samantha Goodness says I don't really mind it, but sometimes it makes it hard to efficiently keep up with the chat.
Right.
It's easier to miss something in all of the hellos lol.
Exactly. I mean, it's nice. There's nothing bad about it, but it's like a chat. What do you call that? What do you call that? There's a word for it. I can't think of it right now. Where like the way to behave. Anyway, it's just funny.
Samantha Goodness says etiquette. At Paula says if you're in person and
That's
come
the
into
word.
a group, you say hello, then they say hello, but do you say again? No.
No.
At Paula says etiquette.
Etiquette, that is the word. Yep, that's the word I was looking for. It's kind of funny. What is the proper chat etiquette? And then sometimes, you know, the people that like if you miss when they came into the chat, sometimes they're
Paula says it's better for the host also an active chat.
but have you
Paula says I think.
you know, sometimes there are people that are like, hey, you didn't say hi to me. Have you ever had that happen? It's happened to me. I'm like, I didn't see it. It's mixed in with all the chat. But there are people that are sensitive to that.
Thomas Vermeeren says just a man publical bus passes at the TP und about at mine on the go. Pat Paula says I have debated this numerous times with people.
What's the consensus? What do you think? We just got to make our own rules. We got to live our own lives.
Thomas Vermeeren says wow place at Craig.
This is downtown Hannah again. We're going through it.
Paula says well I feel bad when I miss chat. Like yesterday I missed a bunch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. Well, that happened to me. I was in Washington when I did my live stream from Washington, which I was really like testing out the gimbal. I didn't know what I was doing at that point really yet. And I was trying to figure that out. I didn't know if I had a connection. All that stuff was going through my head. And then I think John realized I was live and must have mentioned it in his chat. So like I started getting a lot of people. And yeah, I felt bad because they were like, I was getting messages. I couldn't keep up with the messages. I'm like, I really don't know how many people joined my chat and I didn't even know it. I looked down and there were a bunch of people. I'm like, oh my God. You know, Kendra, are you still in here? I have to tell you a funny thing. I have to tell you one of the things I thought was kind of funny. But only if you're still here, I'll mention it.
Consummate Goodness says present. At Paula
Still
says
here.
the other thing is if you aren't on a laptop and people have long names, it's hard for me to type all them on a phone.
Oh, yeah, that's true too. Because it doesn't automatically fill it in. Yeah, you're right. If you're on the phone, it doesn't work at all. So the funny thing, and I think you'll find this humorous, but so last week, right, I'll bring this up anyway, because it was kind of, I mean, it wasn't funny at all when it was happening, but, you know, so you passed out. And so we're watching, right? So you've got the chat is watching, and you've passed out. You're on the floor. And the one thing that I have to say, it was kind of humorous. It's a couple things. One is there were a couple of people who were behind on the chat. You know how
Paula
sometimes
says the struggle of YouTube.
you have a, they're delayed. Like they're not actually seeing it live. They're a couple of minutes behind. So there were a couple of messages that came in after you passed out that were people were like just having regular conversation. I thought that was kind of weird. And then, I mean, it was just funny, not weird, because they didn't know. But like, they're like, hey, yeah, what did you have for dinner or whatever? And meanwhile, you've just passed out. So that was just, I found it kind of funny. And then the other thing was that the automatic bot thing that comes on and tells you to like,
Samantha Goodness says, haha.
the one that comes on and says like, type, what is it, Ehu, or so that it'll give people your channel stuff. Well, that popped up once or twice while you were there. I think maybe just once, but it popped up and I thought, oh my goodness, what if somebody does that? That would have just put me over the edge. I would have just lost it at that point. I would have been cracked up if somebody had actually done it. But I mean, I realized it's probably totally inappropriate to find that stuff funny, but it was funny. Look at that Pizza Hut. That Pizza Hut is like, they need to tear that building down.
Samantha Goodness says, haha, that's too funny.
It was kind of funny. I mean, at the time, it was a little difficult to laugh, but it was funny.
Samantha Goodness says, I find stuff like that funny, too. You're good, haha. At Hala says, the good thing is we can laugh about it now.
Yeah,
At
true.
HP-PR2TQ says, wow.
True.
Craycray live at this hour and not in the middle of the night. Cool. Hi, Craig and crew. Nice to see ya. Hope you guys are doing decently well today.
We are. We're all doing good. So far, so good. How are you? I know, I'm up like a normal time. Normally, I'd be going to bed by now.
Paula says, hello, HB. Samantha Goodness says, HB. Hello, smiley face.
Yeah, HB, we did a trip to pick up supplies in Pennsylvania. So that keeps me on the road a little bit longer. I still can't remember. Does anybody who's joined the chat more recently remember what we named the big white horse? A week or two ago, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, but 1 or 2 weeks ago, I think we came to a decision on what we were going to name the big white horse. Because anytime I do this trip now, we've got to see the big white horse. And I can't remember. I don't want to throw any out there just yet, in case you're thinking. But anyway, we couldn't remember the exact name.
Paula says, I am pretty sure you did name it, but it was before I joined.
All right. We're going to figure it out.
Paula says, yes, I think it was last week.
Was it last week? I guess it was. I feel like I've been doing this trip every week but I skipped one. I skipped 1 week, but I think we've done it like 3 or 4 times very recently.
B-PR2TQ says, thanks for the greetings, guys. Glad to hear you're doing well. Appreciate ya asking. I am doing okay. Just gotta motivate myself and get moving on today's tasks.
Do you have a lot to get done? I was saying earlier, I was this morning I was saying I want to be more productive today.
Paula says we need to get to the bottom of this, then sing the name game.
The name game. I like that song. You know, it was sunnier.
Samantha Goodness says I'm off to get school started with the kids. I'll
All
talk to you
right.
guys later.
All right, sounds good,
And
Kendra.
Thomas
Have a good day.
says Con. I live nearby Metropole Antwerp for a rich place with lot of factories, stores, offices. Born in the Metropole of May, 90. At Hala says take care Kendra. At Samantha Goodness says cool, Thomas. At HB-PR2TQ says appreciate the inquiry. There's a few important things, not really a lot though. At Thomas.Vermeeren says hey HB, welcome in.
I haven't been very productive. The last 3 days, 3 or 4 days have been rainy. So I just don't feel like I've been very productive. I've also worked kind of long hours. So when I get home, I don't really get into any major projects. But today, I want to get something done today. I'm not sure exactly what. AJ's going to be happy to see me before noon.
HB-PR2TQ says Kendra, great to see you. Shin the best for you and the fam. Yeah, take care. At Thomas.Vermeeren says Dwayek 2's Con, you can see and repeat.
All right, we crossed over to Maryland.
Thomas.Vermeeren says bikes Con.
Should be getting to Maryland soon. If we're not already there. Feeling it.
HB-PR2TQ says hi Thomas, thank you, hope your day is good.
Here we go. Maryland's coming up. Maryland's coming up. We're about to cross over. Maryland. Welcome to Carroll County. You know, so I was driving to the bakery this morning. And I was following.
HB-PR2TQ says yeah, get going on the projects. Craig, LFG. At Thomas. Vermeeren says HB. I am outside just only 2 hours of walking and back.
So you got an hour and a half left, right? Been out for a half hour, right? You're a quarter of the way through your walk. It's a man on the move. But as I was leaving the bakery, I was following a police car. Now it was
Vermeeren says HB. I am at mine.
It was a police car for Baltimore County. But we were pretty far into Carroll County. So what I'm wondering is,
It says whoa whoa, we are halfway there.
no, you're not halfway there. I thought you've only been walking for about a half an hour. But what do you guys think about this? So if you're in one county and you're behind the police car of another county, right? So it's not I'm in Carroll County. The police car I'm behind is a Baltimore County police car. Would they give you a ticket if you sped by? Now, I was actually being tailgated by somebody at that moment. And I thought if this person had the chance, they would go flying past us. But which then made me think, can a Baltimore County police officer...
All it says living on a prayer.
Can a Baltimore County police officer give a speeding ticket to somebody that's in Carroll County, in a different county? What do you guys think about that? I mean, obviously they could call, they could like radio in if they saw something that needed attention. So you could get the Carroll County police, but like just a speeding thing, right? So you go speeding past this car and it's a Baltimore.
P-PR2TQ says Thomas. Walking very nice. Well, I hope it's safe and pleasant on your walk. NDOU saying it's hot where you are.
It is. He's been through. Belgium's had a heat wave. I think they were in the 90s, which is pretty hot for them.
Paula says you should have gave him the brights and yell out the gas is on the right.
He was going all right. I mean, it was a 50-mile-an-hour speed limit, and I guess we were going probably...
Thomas. Vermeeren says HB. Very chillax steps here. PFF.
We were probably going 50 to 55. So it was a pleasant ride. Like, I was fine. The guy behind me was like, I couldn't believe how close he was right now. I don't think he knew the police car was ahead of me either. Like, I was waiting for him to kind of jump out and pass us. That's what made me start thinking about this. I'm like, I wonder if the Baltimore County policeman can, like see this car pass us and go after him. But it didn't happen. The guy didn't pass us. We came up to a section where there was another lane, and he went over in the other lane like he was going to go by, but then as soon as he got next to me, he realized there was a police car ahead of us and he slowed down.
Thomas. Vermeeren says HB. 2 lesser temp. At mine. Paula says maybe the police were giving him an escort for emergency treatment and you popped in between them.
I don't think so. Maybe he was transporting a donated organ. This is Manchester, Maryland that we're in now.
HB-PR2TQ says Thomas. In Belgium. Cool. Makes me think of chocolate. Haven't had any in a few weeks. I should be able to get a grocery order submitted this morning and obtain some. Yay. At It's Calm There. At Hala says yes. Or lady give birth. At Thomas. Ramirez says don't forget to like an SIB Strive.
Thomas is a supporter. He's a supporter. Appreciate that, Thomas. Right. Well, HB, you also have, you're probably not aware of, or maybe you are, chicken donuts. We've had a lot of discussions about chicken donuts. And Thomas has, on his channel, he's got some playlists set up. And one of his playlists has video if you ever want to see a chicken donut. But I'm very interested.
Thomas. Ramirez says first 30 minutes are done at Mawa. K.
Yeah, your first 30 minutes are done. It's a good walk. 2 hours is a good amount of time to be out walking around. But I might end up having to make a chicken donut at some point in my life. I got an idea of how they actually do it now from watching the videos. Oriole fan walking along there. All the Orioles.
Hala says I didn't know that. Chicken donuts. At Thomas. Ramirez says Hala. At HB-PR2TQ says Thomas. Oh great. Here also it's cooling down more. Today through Thursday or something. Only high 80s. The normal this time of year is around 100.
Go!
At Hala says is that like chicken rings? White Castle has chicken rings.
I don't know. This is really is a chicken ring as big as a donut though? So a chicken donut actually looks like the size and the shape of a donut. But inside I figured out, I was trying to figure out in my head how they possibly did that, but it's ground chicken. So like you're basically making like a hamburger out of the chicken, but you're making a hamburger with a hole in the middle of it. Pretty much what it is. If you made a large hamburger patty and then cut a hole out of the center and then breaded it, that's basically what they're doing. That's how you end up with a chicken donut. All right, folks, we are back. I'll tell you what, though, having you guys to chat with makes this feels.
Thomas. Ramirez says around 30 degrees Celsius at mine. At HB-PR2TQ says ooh chicken donut yummy.
Sounds good,
Thanks
right?
for sharing.
It does sound like a good idea. I might.
At Hala says oh, crap I think I have to add Bell to my bucket list.
Yeah. Oh, see, look at you throwing in the bell. Uh-huh. He's talking international now. All right. We're here. All right, guys. I'm going to have to unload, get this stuff into the bakery. But that was fun. Thanks, everybody, for riding along. It really does make this time go by really fast for me. I mean,
Hala says so
It's
it's
nice.
like a chicken burger with a hole.
it is like, I think that's the best way to look at it. Because when you hear people describe them, sometimes they'll say they're like chicken nuggets, but I guess it is.
At Thomas.Vermeeren says Hala, okay that you go to Belgium, USA, hee.
He's going to hit the bell. I think he's just going to stop at Taco Bell this afternoon. That's his version of going to Bell. But, all right, guys, I'm going to close up the stream so I can get the stuff in. Celsius. I think that's in the 90s. I think 30 is close to or in the 90s. Low 90s, maybe. I think. Because isn't our body temperature like 30 something?
B-PR2TQ says what's 30 Celsius in Fahrenheit? At Thomas.Vermeeren says HH, me idea. At Hala says have a good day everyone.
All right, guys.
At
Be good.
Thomas.Vermeeren says HB, no idea.
I think it's like 90s, something like 90s. All right, Thomas, enjoy the rest of your walk. I hope it cools down soon. I think you said tomorrow or the day after, so that's good. And the rest of everybody.
B-PR2TQ says okie dokie.
All right, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. See some of you this evening, probably. Take it easy. Be good. Bye.